Hey everyone, it's Michelle here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my very first tag video. So I got inspiration for this tag from Alex at This Is Not a Booktube. I will link her video down below because she's really good in it. So I thought, what a perfect one to kind of start as my very first tag. Yes, so this is the reading habits tag. If you see me looking down there a lot, it's because that's where the questions are, and I'm not very good at remembering them. So with that introduction, let's get on with the tag. So the first question on this tag is, do you have a certain place at home for reading? Yes, I do, and you can see it behind me, my room. Yeah, so I do a lot of my reading in my room as it's a place where I feel comfiest and there's no distractions and I can just concentrate on reading. Yeah, I live at home with my mum, so she has the TV on downstairs and it's normally something like Law and Order or NCIS, and I love them programmes. So if I went and sat downstairs with her, which I would love to do, I wouldn't get any reading done because I just watch the programme. So yeah, the answer to the question is I do my reading from my bedroom. So question number 2 is, do you use a bookmark or a random piece of paper? As you can tell from this beautiful mug, I like collecting bookmarks. So I am definitely a bookmark girl. I got a little Hufflepuff one because I'm a Hufflepuff. Yeah, when I was younger it used to be anything I could get my hands on. I would even dog ear my books. Adult me is very unhappy with teenage me. But as I've got older, I've always kind of made sure I have a bookmark with a book. So if I pick a book up, I will always make sure there is a bookmark in the front so I can use that when I finish reading or if I want to pause or anything like that. So question 3 is, can you just stop reading or do you have to stop after a certain chapter or number of pages? For me, I have to stop at the end of a chapter. If it's going to be a long break, so if I'm reading on the way to work on public transport, I will try and finish on the chapter, but I know I might not get the time, so I will try and finish on a page where the paragraph starts at the top of it, if that makes sense. But I always kind of get anxiety, and then that will mean I will kind of read at lunch, so I finish that chapter, so I'm starting a new chapter. Really weird, I know. Don't ask. But yeah, I ideally would start and stop at the beginning and end of a chapter, and it would be the chapter on the side of the book you started on. So at the moment I am reading God's Grave by Che Christoph. So with like most books, you start on, so on like most books you would start reading on the right hand side of the page. So ideally I would finish on a chapter I would finish reading on a chapter if I want to finish reading on this side. However, I don't mind finishing at the end of a chapter when it's on the left hand side. So yeah, definitely have to finish on a chapter if I'm going to stop. I would love to be one of those people who could just pick up a book and read all day, but I'm not. I have to stop and start. Or if I can't, like I said, if I can't finish on a chapter, I finish on the next nearest page where the paragraph starts at the top. Or if I can't do that, on the even page. I'm really weird, don't ask more. I'm just me. So question 4 is, do you eat or drink while reading? I don't eat. I don't like the idea of getting crumbs or chocolate or anything like that in my books, so I refuse to eat. I did used to eat while reading when younger, and then I had a disastrous event with the gravy. Yeah, that devastated me. I had to get rid of that book, I just couldn't look at it. I will gladly drink while reading as long as it's a drink where I can put it somewhere away from me once I've drunk from it. So at the moment I'm using a water bottle that my work gave us all a few months ago when we started on lockdown back in March. So I'm using that because I can unscrew it, drink, screw it back up, put it away before I even touch my book. So thank you, work. Number 5 is multitasking, music or TV while reading. as I mentioned before, the reason I don't read downstairs is because the TV is on, so not my answer I would have thought would be no to this. However, it's going to sound really weird, but I've started watching ASMR videos where people are doing like massages or hair treatments, and because it's such like a subtle, soft sound, I found I can read while listening to them, which is quite nice, because it just lets the time go. And I know that if I know that video is like 45 minutes long, say, I know, and it's like 9:30, I want to go to bed at 10:15. I know that as soon as that video goes off on YouTube and stops, that's when I need to finish up my reading for the night so I get a good night's sleep. It also puts me in a nice, gentle mood to want to read. I don't know why, it's really weird. I never thought I would like ASMR videos, and then what did I watch? Oh, I watched this video popped up about a man getting a massage in Thailand. Really random on Facebook. So I thought, oh, I'll have a watch, you know. Bored on Sunday, I'll have a watch, didn't want to read. Found out I really liked it, and it put me in like a nice, calm mood. So I thought, let's have a look for more ASMR videos. Try the food ones, they annoy me. I don't like the crunch and the slurps and the no. Even though their sounds I make, no, just no. But yeah, anything like massage or hair videos or anything like that, ASMR where it's nice and soft, pop that in the background and I can crack on reading. It's how I kind of worked out how many pages I can read in an hour, which sounds really, really weird, but it was something when I finished my Goodreads target like at the beginning of July, like 55 books. I was so happy, and my sisters and friends were just like, how many pages do you actually read? And I was like, well, I've worked out on average I can read about 80 to 100 pages in an hour, so yeah, you know, sounds good. So yeah, multitasking, normal TV and music, no. ASMR videos, yes. So prompt number 6 is read one book at a time or read several at once. When I was a teenager, it was one book at a time. Then I started working, and I had so many books built up because I had a major reading slump a few years ago. So I always made sure I had a paperback in my bag. So I would always read that book on the bus to work, during my lunch break if none of my colleagues were off that I want to speak to, and then on the bus back. But I would find that I didn't want to pick that paperback up because I had so many hardbacks on my TBR shelves. So it very quickly turned into paperback in my bag and a hardback at home, and it worked out really well. I know some people find it really confusing, but it was almost like my head was able to say, right, okay, this is a soft book, so that hard book you read yesterday and last night, put it in the back, it's in a drawer, it's safe for later, this is what this book is about. And I kind of carried on that, and it got to the point where if I was on annual leave and I had a book in my work bag, I wouldn't pick that book up, which was really bad because like during summer I have like 2.5 weeks off, so I'd come back to this book and go, what was I reading again? So yeah, I can do either or. At the moment, because we've been on lockdown and due to what's happening, I've very much been at one book at a time, but because it's felt like I've just been at home, that just felt normal. So yeah, for me it depends on the situation. I can either do one book at a time or several at once. Depends on how I feel. So prompt number 7 is reading at home or everywhere. I'm thinking you can kind of guess by now my answer is everywhere. I will read at home, I will read on the bus, I will read at work. I normally go on holiday with my friend every year because we have the same time off, so I always bring about 4 books with me there, and I read in the car, I read at the home, I read on the car back. If we're getting a ferry, I read on the ferry. If we're getting a train, I read on the train. When we got on the plane to go to Disneyland Paris and I had a panic attack, I got my book out. So yeah, I can read anywhere really. I don't have to have anything. I think as long as I've got somewhere to rest my arms and I'm, I'm either hunched or I'm back, yeah, I can read everywhere. It's great. So prompt number 8 is reading out loud or silently in your head. For me personally, I find the information doesn't go in if I read out loud. But if I'm like just reading to myself. But if I'm reading to like my nieces or nephews when they were younger, I used to love reading out loud to them and seeing their face and their enjoyment of this story. So yeah, if I'm reading to myself, if it's a book that I'm reading for me, definitely reading it in silently in my head, because I actually read quick. If I read out loud, I stumble over words. I go really fast, as you can tell from this video. Yeah, so it has to be reading silently in my head. But if there's a young child around, I am more than happy to read out loud and attempt voices, which I'm really bad at. But it's all about the fun. Ooh, prompt number 9 is a bit of a one. Oh, could get hated for this. Do you read ahead or even skip ahead? No. Is a short answer to that. No, I don't. Primarily, I don't. If it's a standalone, nope. If it's a series that I'm really enjoying, yes. I only say that because if it's a series that I've really gotten involved with and I'm emotionally involved and I'm loving the characters, I kind of do have a quick skim read at the back of the last book just to see if my favourite characters' names are mentioned. I always thought no one knew I did this. Then when the last Harry Potter book came out, me and my sisters went to get it at 8 o'clock the day it came out, because I was a teenager and they refused to go to Waterstones at midnight. So we picked it up at we picked it up at 9. We went to the local pub for breakfast, treat from the older sisters. They went to the toilet after food was ordered and I thought, oh, I can have a quick flick back. And literally, I was looking at a random sentence, saw Albus, and all I heard from across the pub was, Michelle! No! So yeah, depends on the book. Like I said, if it's a standalone or it's a series that it's not the last book in the series, no. If it's the last book in a series that I've loved, yes, depending on the character. I also did that with the last Hunger Games book, the last book in the original Percy Jackson series. I'm trying to think what other books I've read. There's more than just them two. One I didn't do it with, which is a book that I've just finished, is Capturing the Devil, the last in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. Because of the way book 3 went, I didn't want to read the last page in case it broke my heart and the two characters weren't together. So I was like, protect yourself, Michelle, in case you need to read it at the last minute. So yeah, I'll stop blathering now. So for prompt number 9, the question, do you read ahead or even skip ahead? Depends on the book. So number 10, I know from the book community on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, very controversial. There's 2 camps, and that is breaking the spine or keeping it as new. So normally you've got 2 camps. Yeah, break it, don't care, sign of good book, love it. Got to keep it as new, do not break that book. I am in the middle. I don't mind a slight break where you can just see the lines, but there's no why it's not been broken so much that like the cover's broke, if that makes sense. So like I love getting books from charity shops, but I hate it if it's like broken so much that it looks like the book's either going to fall apart the second you pick it up, or there's like breaks in the colour of the spine. No, don't like it. But I actually don't mind a slight break, because for me it shows I have enjoyed that book to the point where I've not worried about how I'm holding it, if that makes sense. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself, but yeah, like, because normally I will start a book like that, where it's just open enough. But then I will, if I'm really into a book and I'm enjoying it, I'll just find myself like proper like blasting the book as much as possible. So yeah, I'm in a grey area with that one. I'm either or. Sorry. And the 11th and final prompt is, do you write in your books? Heck to the no. If it was a education book, for example, educational book, yeah, I'd highlight, I'd write notes, wouldn't mind. My reading books, no. And I think that's why I was so bad at reviews, because I didn't write notes. I have recently got started putting little sticky notes. Don't mind sticky notes at all. For me, I don't like writing and highlighting a book for pleasure. It takes me back to GCSE age, 14, 15, where your teacher would literally tell you quotes mean extra points, and this was definitely for me more RE than anything, religious education, because I wasn't a religious person back then. I'm kind of am now, kind of not. Didn't really know much about the for and against points for certain things. So I was literally like, you've got a 35-point question here, Michelle. You need as many quotes as you can. I mean, your quotes can be as much as like 3 to 4 points. So, you know, extra points, tricking me, just throwing them away. So yeah, it takes me back to that age where I would literally highlight and write everything. And I didn't enjoy that. So for me, no, I can't. No, I like it when I write sticky notes and I can take them out when I'm done, and then they're nice and clean again. Yeah. So no writing in my books. And there you have it, the 11 prompts for the reading habits tag. I really enjoyed doing this video. I had to think of it for the questions, but it was quite nice, and it makes me think and feel that you're getting to know me a little bit better. Like I said before, I will link Alex's video down below. I will also write out the questions blankly so you can copy them and do your own video. Let me know what you think of my answers. Like, let me know if you do any things that I do, if you're complete opposite. Let me know by. Yeah, so it was really fun. I think my next video may be another tag. I may do the new booktuber tag. I know I don't have many subscribers, but thank you for subscribing, and I want you to know me. Yeah, it's a way I think you can get to know me and get to know my channel, and yeah, it's fun. If you've done this tag, let me know your videos down below. I'd love to watch them. Like normal, if you have any hints or tips for filming or editing, comment. If you want to see the books as I read them and what my initial rating is, please go follow my Instagram. I will put the handle down below. I always post the books after I finish reading them. And the initial star rating, bit of a sneak peek. That was really cringe, I'm so sorry. But yeah, until next time, this has been Michelle. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.